Imagine this, a zombie apocalypse has hit India today. What would you do? Your first instinct might be to panic, but let's take a step back and think this through. The first key to survival in this terrifying scenario is knowledge and awareness. Staying informed of the situation is paramount. Regularly check reliable news sources and follow government announcements. These will help you keep track of the outbreak's spread and the areas most affected. But it's not just about knowing where the zombies are. You also need to understand what you're up against. What are the characteristics of these zombies? How does the virus spread? Are there any signs to watch out for? This knowledge could be the difference between life and death. It's not about fear, it's about understanding, about being aware of the threat and how to counter it. Remember, in a world overrun by the undead, staying informed and aware is your first line of defense in a zombie apocalypse. Once you're aware of the danger, the next step is to find a secure shelter. Your shelter needs to be more than just a roof over your head. It's your fortress, your sanctuary, your refuge from the walking dead. Think about defensibility. Can you fortify the entrances and windows? Does it have escape routes? Access to resources is equally important. Is there a source of water nearby? How about food supplies? Can you grow or hunt food in the vicinity? Population density is another key consideration. Cities might offer more resources, but they also come with more zombies. Rural areas, on the other hand, have fewer people, which means fewer potential zombies. They also provide natural barriers like rivers and mountains that can serve as an additional line of defense. Remember, your shelter isn't just a place to hide, it's your base of operations, your home in a world gone mad. A secure shelter is your fortress against the undead. Now that you're safe, it's time to gather supplies for survival. Your survival kit should be tailored to the unique challenges of a zombie apocalypse. Prioritize non-perishable food items. Think canned goods, dried fruits, and grains. Local markets are your best bet for these. Next, water. It's the essence of life, so ensure you have plenty stored up. But remember, storage can pose a problem, so invest in water purification tablets or life straws. Health is wealth, especially when zombies are involved. Stockpile medical supplies from your local pharmacies, bandages, antiseptics, painkillers, and any necessary prescription medications. Finally, we come to self-defense. Tools for protection are critical. Hardware stores can offer a variety of tools that can be used to fend off any unwanted zombie attention. Remember, the goal is to be prepared, not scared. With the right supplies, you can outlast any zombie horde. You're not alone in this fight. Building alliances can be a game changer. In a world overrun by zombies, having a strong community can mean the difference between life and death. Forming alliances with trusted individuals and communities is not just about mutual defense, but also about pooling resources and sharing skills. Imagine a scenario where you're holed up in a secure shelter, but you're running low on food. Having an alliance with a nearby community could mean access to their surplus supplies. Or perhaps you're great at fortifying defenses, but not so skilled in first aid. A member of your alliance who's a trained medic could be a lifesaver. Trust, however, is paramount in these alliances. You must be certain that those you ally with won't turn on you when times get tough. So choose your allies wisely, and remember, in the face of a zombie apocalypse, unity is strength. In a survival situation, your culture can be your secret weapon. That's right, folks. In a zombie apocalypse, the rich Indian culture can offer a plethora of survival tools. Let's start with traditional food preservation. Indian cuisine is known for its use of spices, many of which have natural preservative properties. This could be an invaluable skill when refrigeration is no longer an option. Next, consider the vast knowledge of herbal medicine rooted in India's Ayurvedic traditions. From treating wounds to boosting immunity, these ancient practices could potentially be lifesavers. And let's not forget about the traditional self-defense techniques. Martial arts like Kalaripayattu, an ancient Indian combat technique, can provide practical skills for defending against zombie attacks. So when the world goes topsy-turvy and you're facing a horde of the undead, remember to tap into your culture. It's more than just a part of your identity, it might just be the key to survival. Embrace your culture to survive and thrive in a zombie apocalypse. In a zombie-infested world, staying mobile can be your saving grace. You see, a stationary target is an easy target, so don't get too comfortable. Be ready to pack up and relocate if the situation demands. Now let's talk transportation. Cars, motorcycles, rickshaws, all these can help you move faster than the shuffling undead. But remember, fuel is a precious commodity in a world gone mad, so use it wisely. Public transportation? It could be an option, but be wary. Buses and trains are ripe for becoming zombie buffets. Always have an escape plan. And let's not forget about the roads. They're not always your friends. Congested areas can turn into death traps, and roadblocks might be more common than you'd like. Navigating through a zombie apocalypse is like playing a high-stakes game of chess. Every move counts. So the mantra here is simple: stay mobile, stay alive. India's diverse terrain can be your playground in a zombie apocalypse. From the towering Himalayas to the dense forests of the Western Ghats, India's varied topography offers ample opportunities for refuge. These remote locations are less likely to be heavily affected by the outbreak. Imagine yourself nestled in the craggy mountains, where zombies would have a hard time navigating the steep slopes and thin air. Or maybe you're hidden deep within the lush, impenetrable forests, where the rich biodiversity provides food and medicinal plants. Perhaps you've escaped to one of India's many islands, insulated by the surrounding waters. Remember, each environment has its unique challenges, and survival requires understanding and respecting these conditions. Understand the local weather patterns, know where to find food and water, be aware of the wildlife, and learn how to use the natural environment to your advantage. In the end, it's about adaptability. Know your environment, know your advantage. In a zombie apocalypse, cleanliness isn't just next to godliness, it's next to survival. When the world is overrun by the undead, maintaining hygiene becomes more than a matter of comfort, it becomes a crucial component of survival strategy. In this scenario, staying clean is not just about smelling fresh or looking good, it's about avoiding diseases and infections that can quickly become deadly without access to medical facilities. Remember, a simple cut or scrape can lead to severe infection if not properly cleaned and treated. Water purification tablets are a must-have in your survival kit. They'll help ensure that your drinking water is safe, reducing the risk of waterborne illnesses. Hygiene products such as soap, toothpaste, and sanitary items are also essential. Remember to keep your living area clean too. Rotting food or waste can attract unwanted attention from both zombies and other potential threats. In the grim reality of a zombie apocalypse, it's important to remember this simple truth: hygiene is health, and health is survival. In a world overrun by zombies, adaptability is key. If there's one thing we've learned from countless zombie flicks, it's that the undead are unpredictable, and so is surviving in a world they've taken over. Sticking rigidly to one plan isn't going to cut it. You need to be like water, flowing and reshaping yourself as the landscape around you changes. Maybe your safe house isn't so safe anymore, maybe your food sources are dwindling, or perhaps a new type of zombie has shown up that's faster, smarter, or more resilient. That's when you need to pivot, to reassess your strategies and to adapt. Think on your feet, improvise, and use every situation to your advantage. Remember, survival isn't about strength or speed, it's about resilience. It's about the ability to change your game plan when the rules of the game itself change. So, stay flexible, stay alert, and always be ready to adapt to the unexpected. Adapt and overcome, that's the mantra for survival. Lastly, but most importantly, in a zombie apocalypse, never lose hope. There's a saying that goes, "Where there is life, there is hope." And that's what you must remember. When you're up against the undead, the future may look grim, but remember, the human spirit is a powerful thing. It's resilient, adaptive, and capable of overcoming even the most terrifying of circumstances. So keep your eyes on the horizon, as bleak as it might seem. Focus on the long term. The immediate threat is the zombie horde, yes, but what comes after? Rebuilding. Society might have crumbled, but it's in our nature to build again, to rise from the ashes. The apocalypse is not the end, but a new beginning, so keep hope alive. Nurture it. It's your beacon in the dark, your compass in the chaos. In the face of a zombie apocalypse, hope can be your strongest weapon.